Hello and welcome to this reaction and review. This time, the United Kingdom. By the way, I'm sorry for the delay. I was away with my family, couldn't think of anywhere else to film but this bookcase, and so I waited until we got home. The song today that was selected by Eurovision You Decide, both the juries and the televote, was Never Give Up on You by Lucie Jones. Lucie Jones, as with the other 5 contestants of Eurovision You Decide this year, were former X Factor competitors. Whether or not they actually got that far was another thing entirely. Fun fact about this song, Emily de Forest, the Danish winner of 2013's Eurovision Song Contest, co-wrote this song. I have vague expectations that this is going to be some kind of vaguely folky, uplifting-ish song, maybe about never being alone, or something like that, you know? Isn't it weird that Never has shown up twice in 2 national finals over 2 years by Emily de Forest songs? Let's see what I think of Never Give Up on You by Lucie Jones. Ooh, okay, that's a dress and a half. Oh, wow. Okay, so the BBC still haven't learnt how to film live music, but they've got something here, and they've got 4 months, so, you know, they could do it. Okay, Lucie really needs to work on her camera eye contact, but it's another female sung ballad, which makes it 3 out of 4 now. This is decent, but I feel like it's going nowhere. Come on, do something, do something. The song it was good, but it went nowhere. My problem with it mainly is the fact that it doesn't build. Quite honestly, I was hoping for a bit more from the United Kingdom, but I'm not unhappy with what they did end up choosing. Let's do listens 2 and 3. Listen number 2. I'm significantly whelmed with this song. Of course, it's a very X Factor ballad, isn't it? I got it. And it kinda just ends. 3rd listen and I'm just like, is this gonna finish anytime soon? She looks a lot like my Cutes, doesn't she? I mean, there's some angles where I'm like, girl, did you just rip that straight from, Slovenia 2011? Alright, I think that Lucie is a nice singer. Like, she can definitely deliver. It didn't seem at any point like she was vocally faulting, or at any point where, like, she was, terrible. I mean, there are a couple of points where I picked up her breathing wasn't exactly great. I didn't put that in a disadvantage because I know that it's still like 100 days until, God, the first semi-final, which could potentially be the first United Kingdom performance that kind of matters. I mean, if they're going to continue doing the live performance thing that they did last year, and we don't know which semi is which yet, we will in a couple of days though. We could be seeing the United Kingdom in 100 days. We could be seeing them in 102. The song is good enough. I wouldn't call it embarrassing if it were to represent my country. I believe that it's got a very simple presentation, which if you were watching earlier, you would have seen that I called it very X Factor ballad. That's the best way to describe it. It was a very X Factor performance. I think the best thing that this has going for it right now is that it could be a jury grabber. Remember, the United Kingdom came like 17th in the juries this year in Eurovision proper. The United Kingdom can score, well, moderate to poorly, but can still score with the juries if they have a decent enough song. I do feel like this is one of those kinds of songs that you do see in the middle of jury and then kind of don't get much televote. Again, the Czech song from last year, the United Kingdom song from last year too, even. The lyrics got really pretty, especially I think it was that second verse where, I mean, to be honest, initially I was kind of confused of whether or not that second verse was just an add-on to the chorus or if she just oversung the first couple of words for timing reasons, but again, like 3 months to work on that, Lucie. I believe that it has potential, but I put this at the bottom of my list because it has potential either way. This has potential to be revamped to a stronger level. I will get into that later. It has potential to stay exactly as it is and not do very well at Eurovision proper because it doesn't offer a reason to vote for it. And that's my first major disadvantage. It goes nowhere in the end. I didn't need to check the time to know that we were in the final chorus, but it still felt like we were listening to the same chorus that we heard in the first chorus. Unusually, I've ticked 2 things to talk as my strong point. The first one is the camera work is still BBC level of crap that they do like every year at Eurovision. Remember when you couldn't get like a cohesive feeling from Children of the Universe or You're Not Alone? This is the exact same problem that the United Kingdom had in those 2 entries, and unless they do something about it, then they're just not going to do well at Eurovision proper. And again, the second one, Lucie, work on your eye contact, the camera. Look at the camera that will be broadcasting to the television viewers. Okay, you have a good song, but right now, I'm not feeling it as well as I could have. See, the thing is, another disadvantage I had is Lucie is the most well-known of the 6 competitors. Joe and Jake syndrome. You pick someone because they're known rather than because the song is good. And I feel like Lucie might have had that in a little bit of her favour. What is your opinion? If you want to share it, tweet it to @WeAreEurovision on Twitter, obviously, or email it to weareeurovision@hotmail.com, or even submit it to the ask box on weareeurovision.tumblr.com. So, my scores for the United Kingdom: 6 out of 5, 5 out of 5, and 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Shit, for the country of my dad's birth. To be quite honest, the United Kingdom have this 10-year plan in mind. 5 out of 10, and I believe it's now like the 4th Eurovision of this 10-year plan, or the 2nd, depending on if you want to time it by new head of delegation or new national final. 5 out of 10 is kind of decent for that. Lucie, if anyone on the team is watching, or if you're watching, I would consider revamping it a little bit. You have the time. This was the whole point of Eurovision We Decide being held in late January. Work on the song. The song is solid. It's a solid concept, but it does need work. In my opinion, it needs a lot of work. So yeah, good luck, United Kingdom, and do pobacenia.